Alright, checking out and becoming the monster again. I had a pretty interesting night today, but it was really good. I got fired from my job and then kind of rehired. It was a weird situation. The place I'm working at right now, very good place. Made in Puerto Rico. It was very new though, and the kitchen was in the weeds all night. My tables were behind an hour each. I actually didn't make a lot of tips today. I made like $7 in tips, which is fucking really bad. But it was the kitchen's fault. So the chef that they had working tonight was just a sous chef or something. He really doesn't have any experience. He's just a friend of the chef, and he was just screaming and bantering and blaming everybody in the kitchen and insulting people. And the kitchen was running really behind. The tickets were getting lost. I had tables that got up and left and told me it's not your fault. I actually made like $15 in credit cards because they did leave me a tip, but they got like most of the stuff taken out of their ticket. And by the end of the night, I was inside the kitchen just looking for a spatula, and the real chef, the big guy, who just came in at the end of the night, he hasn't seen all the stuff that happened. I asked him where the spatula was, and he just snapped at me and started treating me really harshly. So I turned around and I stopped him on his tracks, and I was like, no, shit, treat me with some fucking respect. We had kind of male-to-male interaction, and none of us were willing to back down because he disrespected me and I wasn't going to take it. So he fired me on the spot. I took off my shirt, I threw it at him, kind of called him a motherfucker, went like this to him and left. I went to the general manager, asked him if I had a check there, and he told me to wait outside. While I was waiting outside, the chef came out, pulled me aside into another place on the side of the restaurant and talked to me. And we actually calmed down and we talked, and I told him what had happened the whole night, that I wasn't making any money. I was working for $2.13 an hour because I wasn't making any tips. It was all the kitchen's fault. He understood. We apologized to each other. He told me to put my shirt back on and to come back inside. And I finished my shift. Right after that happened though, I left. I finished my shift, I left. And I stepped 2 restaurants down the road in the Isla Verde Avenue, which is like the hotel, tourist avenue. 2 restaurants down. There's this place called Platos, which is, it was amazing. It was popping, completely different ambiance. I worked like in a Joe's Crab Shack, but with Puerto Rican theme. Like we dance, we do a lot of shit. This place is Puerto Rican food, but a little more upscale. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's like fine dining, but it's definitely something that would suit a monster like me. So I just stopped there and I asked for the manager and I introduced myself. I introduced myself. I was really sharp to him. I looked him straight in the eye and I told him what I needed. I worked in a dealership during the day. I wanted a job as a waiter, and he told me he could offer me a job as a bartender to bring him a resume tomorrow. And that's my domain, the bar. Even if I don't drink, that is my domain. So I told him I'll bring it to him. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get hired on the spot in Platos. And if I do, then I'm really going to have to go return my shirt, because I will not work in Puerto Rico if I get hired in Platos. So it's kind of like upgrade. I'm really glad that I didn't take it from the chef. A lot of people were really impressed because a lot of people just kind of bow down to that stuff. And I decided what kind of man I'm going to be, what kind of gender role I'm going to play. And there are lines that will not be crossed. I don't care if you're my boss or not. If I treat you with respect and I treat people with common respect, I will be treated with common respect, and you will respect me. Either I will make you respect me, or you will respect me on your own. And that's it. And I'm really proud of myself, that I stood up for myself. I have been in these situations in restaurants before where I kind of let people walk all over me, and that did not happen today. And this guy's bigger than me too. And I just looked him straight in the eye and I stopped him right on his tracks. And I think I gained some respect from him too because of that. I think that's why he went outside and we talked, and he took me back inside. But I feel really good about it. I feel really good about the whole thing. It's just that whatever you give meaning to, and I'm giving it a pretty good meaning. So I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good about myself. This thing is fucking working. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Tomorrow I have a really good day because I work really hard during the day in the dealership, but then I have the rest of the day off. I'm going to be able to work out. Hopefully I'm going to be able to catch up on some Tony Robbins, because this past couple of days since I've been working both shifts and whatever, I haven't been able to do it. But I feel pretty good about the whole thing. I just also saw the kind of women that were hanging out in plazas. Very, very, very inspiring, I have to say. Very inspiring. So, I have to say I miss her a lot still. It's still a little bit of a void in my heart. Not a little bit. But I get stronger every day. So, in the words of those four really wise people, this monster lives. All right? I'm gonna check out. Bye.